All right, everyone. Welcome. Hello. We're so excited to be back in action together as our United Nations meeting. I know I heard from so many of you. Linda reached out several times. Many on our Pittsburgh team and Rhiannon's team said, hey, are we having our nation call? I'm like, yes. Hang tight, lovies, hang tight. We are in the process of changing it up a little bit. New season and amazing growth in our team, so lots to celebrate. But we really appreciate the feedback that so many of you submitted on our survey that happened this summer. We got a lot of great responses, and it was enough to warrant trying a new format. And so what we're going to do on the second week and the fourth week of the month, we're going to do short calls, just a 30-minute stretch on second Wednesday and fourth Wednesday. And those calls, the initial call, like what we're doing tonight, is going to be our recognition and our inspiration call, something that really turns our fires up for kicking our rears into activity for an amazing month. And then our fourth week call will have snippets of shorter trainings, 2 trainings on that call. One may be our nuts and bolts training, one may be social media. We really want to pull from the ideas that all of you took time and care to submit to us. And so we're really excited for the new format. And yes, the calls will be recorded, provided that our internet holds up. And yes, we are going to have a new Facebook page so that all of the reminders for the calls and all of the video trainings can live in the same place. That way, if you happen to not be able to get on, if you have an event, or if you're spending time with your family, totally okay. You're going to be able to still access that amazing training and information and access the call. Big shout out for those on our East Coast that were sitting back, well, not sitting back, prepping for Hurricane Harvey, Hurricane Irma to come possibly through their path. Linda Poindexter said that her son in North Carolina is A-OK, so they did not have to evacuate. We do have a few of our team members that did have to evacuate in Florida. Ashley Smith did have to leave Palm Harbor with her family, and thankfully their home is intact. They did suffer some exterior damage, but they're doing all right. And then our other consultant in Tampa, Veronica Harris, she was leaving when I talked to her on Saturday morning. She was evacuating with 4 of her darling friends, leaving their neighborhood and not to know what was going to be happening. And so I haven't heard an update from her yet, but I presume that things are good in her world. And Sarah Carpenter-Gurnard in Pensacola, the storm did bypass them, so they did not have to evacuate. So thank you all for putting that amazing prayers and energy forward for our team that was imminently affected, and we will continue to do that through the remainder of hurricane season for sure. So our focus of our call tonight is twofold. We're going to bring forward recognition. We're really excited to do that. And then after recognition, we are going to bring forward incredible inspiration from Kendra Beams, and she lives in Orland. So I'll talk a little bit more about Kendra when I'm introducing her later, but I get the esteemed honor of kicking off recognition. And because we are now United Nations, what's going to be happening is I will present for my nation, and then Kendall will present for her nation. So you'll get to have, it's more fun for everybody. We get to have a lot more fun and enthusiasm because we're recognizing the accomplishments of many more. So the top sponsor in my nation goes to Jenny Caslin, and Jenny Caslin lives in Chico, California, and she sponsored 7 in the month of August, which was amazing. Congratulations, Jenny, just starting off her business. So we're so excited for Jenny. Our top district manager from Sparks, Nevada, Millie Carpenter. And Millie was far away from the mess that was happening with weather. She's on an Alaskan cruise right now with her family in Florida. So hopefully having an amazing time. Our top area manager from Klamath Falls Oregon, Melissa Ladner. And Melissa was so bummed she couldn't make it on the call. But Melissa, I know you're going to be hearing this recording, and we send big love and congratulations to you, sister. And last but not least, our top regional vice president in my nation goes to Rhiannon Carlson. Rhiannon, I'm so proud of you. I love you, and I love getting a chance to acknowledge and lift up your accomplishments and that of your team. So congratulations, you guys. I am going to turn our call now over to Kendall, who is on with us from Pittsburgh in a new house. Yay!
Yay! Hi, guys. I love this so much. I missed seeing everybody's faces, and I didn't realize that the lighting in my new office isn't that great. So I apologize.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Thank you. So I'm really excited about our multi-nation meeting that we're doing. I'm really, really thrilled to do this. So for the Transformation Nation we have going on over here, our top sponsor for the month is Shaylee Mistakis with 14 new PCs and consultants with 150 orders. So congratulations, Shaylee. She's only in her third month of Arbonne, and she's just totally rocking and rolling. We're so proud of her. Our top district manager is also Miss Shaylee Mistakis this month. She just is really killing it, and you'll see why in a minute. Our top area manager is Melissa Montani and her team, and they are just growing. I can tell you there's going to be some new regions popping up here in the next 3 to 6 months, I would say, girls. And then our top region is Miss Alyssa Cavallero, and I'm just super proud of her and her team and how hard that they've been working. So congratulations, guys. So I'm going to move on to our district manager bonus earners for everybody. And so the reason this is such a big deal, guys, is that when you get to district manager, you do the same thing as a national vice president. We're always just kind of working on that $2,500 brick and really building up that consistent sales with new people every month. So your district manager bonus you get when you double that, so $5,000, and you sponsor at least 5 of those 150 PCs and consultants. And that means your business is rocking and rolling and you are building momentum, and that's really, really awesome. So I want to congratulate the people in our United Nations that have got their district manager bonus, and that is Rhiannon Carlson from Orland, California, Alyssa Cavallero from Pittsburgh, PA, Kelly Grosser from Pottstown, Pennsylvania, I believe. Wendy Holloway is from Jasper, Georgia. I think that's where you technically live, Wendy, if I'm wrong. Oh, that's right. Okay, good. Then we also have Melissa Ladner from Klamath Falls, Oregon, Melissa Montani from Mars, Pennsylvania, Shaylee Mistakis from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Danielle Schuley from Pittsburgh, and Tiffany Spitznagel from North Huntington, and Jesse Wagner also from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So congratulations, girls. That means they are getting an extra $200 on their paychecks just for doing their job, and that is awesome. I love Arbonne's bonus structure. It really means that you're growing your team. Next, we have our area manager bonus earners, and this is a big deal too because what we teach you to do is to strive for all of your bonuses, and Arbonne pays you on the highest one, and the area manager bonus earners are going to get an extra $400 on their paychecks. Holler. That's amazing. And the area manager bonus earners this month were Rhiannon Carlson, Alyssa Cavallero, and Tiffany Spitznagel. So congratulations, girls. We are super, super proud of you for blowing that out of the water. Okay. So now we're doing in-quals. Am I doing this? All of it? I didn't think so. Okay, sorry about that. Did I mess up because I read bonus people? I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. Kendall, do you want to bring on Rhiannon? Yeah. You want to say a few fun little tidbits about Rhiannon, and she can talk about her team.
Rhiannon is one of my favorite people on the planet and such a rock star and a mover and shaker, and that girl gets things done. I admire her so much for that. She's incredible. She's such an awesome leader, and I'm going to bring her on so she can announce her in qualifications. So Rhiannon, take it away.
All right. Thank you. I miss you, girl. We have in qualification for district manager, Jenny Caslin from Chico, California, and she is sponsored by myself.
Yay! I love it. Rhiannon, do you want to share a little bit about Jenny?
Oh, Jenny is a rock star. She jumped into the business. She's not scared at all. Sponsored another rock star, and they are both killing it this month on their 30 days to healthy living. It's the first time they've both gone through the program. Jenny lost 6 pounds last week, and Erica lost 7 pounds. And Erica was with Clay traveling in Iowa in the Midwest, literally in the Corn Belt, and still managed to do the same pounds. So I'm so proud of those two girls.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Okay, and I will turn it back to Kendall. Thanks, Rhiannon.
Awesome. Okay, so we have a few in-quals for district manager. First, we have Katie Siemens from Uniontown, PA, sponsored by Wendy Wilson. Kelly Skakowski from Pottstown, Pennsylvania, sponsored by Kelly Grosser. Cindy Madrini from Pittsburgh, sponsored by Tiffany Spitznagel. And Alyssa, if you want to pop on and read the next one. Do you have that info? Sorry, throwing this at you. So read the last district and then the next one. Go.
Okay, so we have one new girl in qualification for district manager in my region, and that's Leah Stevens Howling from Pittsburgh, PA, sponsored by Shaylee Mistakis. And then do you want me to read the next one too?
Yeah.
Okay, and then we also have one new girl in qualification for area manager, and that is Shaylee Mistakis. So I just want to say something about Shaylee because I asked Shaylee to join my team for 3 years, and she finally jumped in June. So if anyone's telling you no, that just means not right now, and that when they do finally decide to jump in and join your team, they will be a total rock star because Shaylee went into qualification in her 3rd month in Arbonne, and she is just super coachable. She makes no excuses. She gets it done. She has a really strong reason why she's doing this, and I know that we'll be recognizing her as a brand new area manager very, very soon. So I am so excited for you, Shaylee. I know she's on here, but she won't show her face. So everybody send her a congratulations message because she's working really hard. So go, Shaylee.
Awesome. Thanks, Liz. We're so proud of you guys, everybody, for your accomplishments this month. And I'm going to hand it back over to our fearless leader, the wonderful, the one and only Becky Humphreys.
Oh my heavens. Well, thank you so much. It's so exciting, so much fun happening, and everyone is just perfectly poised as we come into our busiest, most productive season in Arbonne. I am so excited for all of you who are in qualification for the next level of management in your business because it's going to be so easily attainable with all of the programs that Arbonne has brought forward for us in the month of September. I'm not going to dive into those programs per se, but you can definitely educate yourself by hopping on your dashboard and, of course, searching the source for the new September updates. They will definitely give you the lay of the land, but one of them is PC free shipping. Just saying, PCs get really excited for that. We all do. So this gives you an opportunity to blow your business out of the water for the month of September all the way through the last quarter of the year. It's really my honor to bring online with us our featured inspirational trainer tonight. Kendra Beams lives in Orland, California, and she is amazing wife to her husband, Jeff. Many of you might have seen the picture that I put that picture up because I love her boots. I love them. I'm having boot envy. And she has 2 adorable children, and I'm just so pleased that she was available for a short stretch tonight before her activity. She has a few things lined up tonight, so we have to get her on and get her off the call because she has an amazing schedule that she's working for our Arbonne business, and you're going to hear a little bit about that. But what I love so much about this girl's heart is that she really has gotten over the fear piece. If she feels any fear, which I don't know if she does anymore, maybe she can speak to that. If she feels any fear about reaching out to someone, and giving the gift of Arbonne, she just does it anyway. She just rolls right over that fear and has just set up some incredible momentum in her business using the 30 in 30 challenge. And for those of you who are not quite familiar with 30 in 30 challenge, that is sending out text message or messenger to 100 people in a short time span. This girl did this. Yes, she is amazing. And having opportunities to share the gift of Arbonne with others. And so without further ado, I'm going to bring on the superstar, Kendra. I would love to have you share everything that has happened to you from start to finish for implementing the 30 in 30 challenge.
Well, thank you, Becky, so much for letting me get on here. I'm truly honored because there's a lot of other consultants that I feel like would be way better at this, but hey, she asked me to do it, so here I go. You know, when the 30 in 30 challenge was put out to me in July, Rhiannon, our fearless leader, actually put on a challenge to us. I believe it was like dinner. If we completed it, it was like dinner and $100 cash or something like that. But at that time in July, I had a lot going on with my family. I had a grandma that passed away in July. I was working a show up in Susanville running the livestock, so I had all these excuses in my head. And then at our team meeting in August, or the beginning of August, they were talking about the 30 in 30 challenge. And of course, I've had some challenges of my own with my business, you know, sponsoring consultants that, you know, are not doing a lot of activity with their business. So I wanted a way to get myself moving again. And for those of you that do know me, and for those of you that don't know me, I am a red. Becky and I were actually talking about this, and I think I'm orange. So I don't know. But when I started thinking about the 30 in 30 challenge, you know, there is really no good time to start it. I'll tell you that right now. Make sure that you have your calendar organized, because when you do make your 100-person contact list and you start sending out those text messages, it does get extremely overwhelming, the amount of response that you're going to start getting. But I will tell you, it is literally the easiest thing that I've ever done with my business, whether workshops, you know, one-on-ones were kind of scary for me, but now that I've done this 30 in 30 challenge, it's literally the easiest thing that I've ever done in my business. So there's no perfect time to start. You do need to, it's important that you make your 100-person contact list and you revamp that after you start sending out text messages, because you are going to get people that are not going to respond to you. You're going to get people that are going to tell you no, which is okay. You got to get pushed past that fear. But I will show you. So I actually just revamped my 100-person list. So I just wrote my 100-person list. You can see that on a piece of paper, and it continues, and it continues. So I sat down on the 12th of August, Sunday morning, and I started sending out my text messages that either people that I had on my phone or on through Facebook Messenger. So I did send out 100 texts between Sunday and Monday, the 12th and 13th of August. So from that, I had 18 one-on-ones in August between the 14th and the 29th. I was literally doing like 2 one-on-one calls a day through Zoom. All of these were through Zoom because a lot of my contacts on my 100-person list are out of town. And when I was making my 100-person list, I didn't think about whether I had talked to them about Arbonne before. I didn't think about whether they were a preferred client of mine, anything. I just wrote them and I sent the text messages. And the one thing that I really like about this is it detaches the personal aspect when you're sending a text message, so you don't have to you're not talking to them in person and worrying about what they're going to say, you're going to get a message back, or maybe not at all, in some cases from what I had experienced. So I like that because I just went through my list, sent them out. I even sent messages to people on my chicken list, and I didn't even think twice about it until they responded, and then I was like, oh my God, what do I do now? So you send those texts within 24 to 48 hours, and so like I said, I had 18 in August. It was very overwhelming for me. I have 8 in September. 5 are with Zoom, 3 are in person. And from the ones that I have done so far, I have 10 workshops booked between August, September, and October. And I have 6 potential business builders. One of those business builders is in Germany. I did do a one-on-one through Zoom in Germany, so that's super exciting. And I also already have 2 new PCs that purchased sets, so with over the 150 order. So it's been very positive for me, massive momentum with my business. Make sure that you have some sort of organizational method. You guys may be way more organized. I thought I was organized, but now I'm starting to question myself a little bit. But in my calendar, of course, I'm not as a fanatic as Melissa Ladner is with highlighters, but I color code my calendar, so everything that's in green is income producing activities, pink is personal, orange is like the Orland meetings. So it kind of gives me a way to keep track of what's going on with my life. So make sure you're ready to schedule those one-on-ones, because when you start getting the text messages in, it's super important that you respond right away. If you can, within like an hour, I would say, because then you can get those one-on-ones booked. So make sure you follow up. If you're doing one-on-ones through Zoom, which I found to be the most easiest thing ever, make sure that you follow up with those people and make sure they've received their packet of information. Any samples that you sent them, make sure that you follow up with them about samples. If they do say yes, schedule and send them the links right away for Zoom. And then I am always reminding the ones that I have, especially on Zoom, I remind them an hour ahead of time, hey, I can't wait to see you in an hour, just to make sure that we're still a go. Just a couple of quotes that I had written down that kind of really got my head going is when Deanna came out in March to Orland, she, gave us some training, and one of the things that she said is get 100 no's and you're going to be an RVP. So embrace the no's and keep track of those, but don't take them personally, because of course, no, like Alyssa said, doesn't mean not always or not for sure. But our job is to ask. So make the decision that there is no other way. So make sure your why is bigger than your how. And then also don't think, just go for it. Just do it. Like a racehorse, put your blinders on. So the only other thing, and I don't know what I did with it. One second. The one-on-one packets that I send out, I just put a little green folder. This is the little packet that I either mail them or I give them in person when I'm doing a coffee appointment. I don't know if you guys can see that very well. But inside that, of course, I have my business card. The independent consultant benefits are in there. The preferred client benefits. I also put the customizable ASVP pack sheet in there for them to see. A brochure, the compensation plan, which is good for them to see, as well as an Ion Arbonne. Look who that is. And then I do try to find an Ion Arbonne success story that kind of is personal to them, whatever occupation that they may be doing at the moment. So I've had a lot of success. I'm excited to see where my business goes in the next couple of months. Thank you, Becky, for letting me jump on here and share my story with you. And I hope you guys all embrace this, because seriously, it's easy. And I have a 16-month-old and a 5-year-old. So if I can find time to do it, I think you guys can too. Okay.
Kendra, that was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Thank you so much for bringing forward your energy and your enthusiasm. I love that you said it's the easiest thing you've ever done in Arbonne. Like, that in and of itself should be like why we're all like jumping on the bandwagon with you to do this. And the success that you've had come forward from it, really by putting the preparation tools in place, making sure that you prepped your 100-person list, making sure that you color-coded your calendar. Ladner would be very proud of you. my reds. Oh, I love you guys. But it's just phenomenal to hear and so inspirational. Thank you so much for taking time out. Kendra has another call that she's on tonight, and so she's like, "Yeah, I think so, but I have to squeeze this in before my commitment." So I love how you're doing the do, and you said something really powerful that I would love for you to piggyback on, Kendra, briefly. Tell me about Jeff's reaction when all this started bubbling forward last month.
Well, you know, initially, when I began my Arbonne business, my husband was more like, okay, what kind of hobby are you getting yourself into here? But now that I've actually sent out all these text messages and have done all these one-on-ones, he's been super supportive, you know, taking the kids. He's outside with the kids right now for me. And he has been able to see, of course, with my color coding calendar, he's been able to see all the income producing activities that I'm booking on my calendar. So he's more on board with kind of what's going on, the momentum that's going on with my business. He's actually building me an office in our garage. I actually picked up the flooring today, so I was super excited about that. So he's wanting to build me an office so I have a place where I can actually go away from the kids and work my business, have one-on-ones, those sorts of things. So it's been incredible what it's done for Jeff jumping on board with me in this business. So, yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing that, because I think, you know, for our spouses, for our significant others, they really need to see that there's something coming forward from this, and it's not only a hobby, but it's actually a business that we're serious about. And Kendra, you have absolutely applied that focus and really, you know, and shown him that you're doing the do. So I'm so excited for you, and I can't wait to meet all of your incredible new team members and all of the joy that you're going to experience in this business as a result of the 30 and 30 challenge.
Yeah.
So Kendra did a great job, you guys, of showing that consistency and planning matters. There's such a power in focus. And as Alyssa alluded to earlier, with mentioning her relationship with Shaylee, stop for a minute and take a look at the seeds you've already planted. So much of the time we're like, okay, I know I need to be reaching out. I know I need to be contacting people, but are you investing your time and energy in nurturing those seeds that you've already planted to ensure that they're going to grow up and bear fruit? Sorry, Shaylee, I'm referring to you as a plant right now. It's not intentional. Or are you ignoring those seeds and moving on, planting others only to ignore those seeds too? So I really want you guys to stop and pause and reflect on that. Yes, it's important to plant seeds, but it's also important to nurture those seeds in meaning nurturing that relationship and letting people know and continue to know that Arbonne is an incredible option, an incredible gift for them when it's the right timing for them. So in short, what seeds are you neglecting? What seeds have you planted that a little bit more effort and attention might have sprouted to something big? Are you missing out on an opportunity right now? You have no limits. You guys can blow the roof off of where you are at now to where you will be at the end of the year this year. But I really want you to look and embrace the 30 and 30 challenge and to wrap your arms around that, nurture your existing team, but really reach out and circle back to those seeds that you know have such a bright potential for. This is the time for them in Arbonne. There's so much great stuff coming forward. We love you guys. Thank you for being a part of our United Nations. Kendall, amazing. I love all of you. Kendra, you rocked it out. Thank you so much for imparting your wisdom, energy, and joy for your business. Love you guys. Have a good night.